Hey dolls and friends, welcome back and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Amber Michon and I do weekly farmhouse inspired DIYs using majority of Dollar Tree or other affordable items. But if you're not new, hey doll, hey.
Hey doll.
So in today's video, I am bringing you some Easter spring decor items. I have 3 really easy, very different projects to share with you guys today. I just got super inspired. I know in my community tab on YouTube, I asked if you guys wanted more Valentine's decor, and a lot of you guys said no. A few of you guys said yes. So I may do a one where it's like all year round decor, but I really got inspired to do spring. I know it might be a little bit early for some, but hey, why not just put out what I got inspired to do and what I felt like doing, right? So I really hope you guys do enjoy this, and if you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new, love what you see, but also love all things home decor, DIY on a budget, I would also appreciate if you consider subscribing and hitting the bell right next to it so you're notified every time that I upload. Alright dolls, let's go ahead and jump right in. So for this first DIY, I'm making these beaded carrots, and I think they're really cute. So from Dollar Tree, I have 2 of these carrots left over from a sign that had a bunny at the top, and these half wood beads from Amazon. They're the smaller size. I think they're the 16mm ones. So the first thing I did is just turn the carrots over and remove the ribbon that's on the back, as well as the staples, and then I sand it down on the back so I can get a nice smooth surface. And you know me, I like covering the front of my signs with brown craft paper so I don't have to worry about trying to take it off. So it looks very clean and it's a finished like product. And then I turn it over to now the front side and start just gluing my half wood beads on there. There's no real rhyme or reason. I just kind of put them in where there is space. There are some gaps on the carrot that you can see, but it doesn't really bother me. I just love the rustic farmhouse like look to it. And then the colors that I'm painting with is this Harvest Orange acrylic paint from Apple Barrel, as well as this Kelly Green acrylic paint from Apple Barrel. Because it's acrylic paint, it's a little bit more like thin than chalk paint. I did about 3 coats just to like get a nice like bright color for it. So the 3rd coat was just like kind of spot painting to make sure that everything was evenly, painted. And then I also did the sides for everything. After it was all dry, I'm going to take my boxwood picks, these little sprigs. I just took them off of the larger picks that you can get from Walmart. And I cut down a few of the pieces, 3 to be exact, and just hot glued them on to the top of the carrot just to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more dimension, because the beads were kind of popping up. You could have left it the way it was when I painted it, the like stem green, but I really wanted to add a little bit more touch to this. And then I wrapped the top where the greenery and the orange beads met with some jute twine that I picked up from the Dollar Tree in the automotive section. Then I took my burnt umber acrylic paint and then just a chippy brush and started to just stress all over the carrot, focusing more on the orange beads. I really love how this turned out. And then I made some simple bows out of the jute twine and hot glued them to the top center. And that's it for this one. I really love them. I think they're super cute. They would be great to your tray decor if you wanted to hot glue them like onto a sign that you made for Easter or spring. I think that would be really cute as well. Next up, I'm making this egg stand is what I'm calling it. I really love how this turned out. Might be my favorite. So from Dollar Tree, I have this box. It came with a lid on top, but I don't have the lid. Some dowel rods, and then from Michael's, I have this like plaque sign. And so what I'm going to do is paint everything using my antique wax paint. Using a foam brush, I really like using wax, is you just place it all on there and then you just rub it off with the side of the foam brush. That way you don't have to get any extra rags dirty. You know, with a baby wipe, you don't have to worry about getting all on your fingers. It just works really well. So I just give everything one good coat, and I painted the dowel rods about, I would say, just a little more than halfway, just so I could make sure I had the right measurements. I really eyeballed how tall the sign would be on this. Then I used my tin snips. I just got these tin snips. I got them from Amazon, and I used those to cut down my dowel rods. Super easy, y'all. I love these things. I can't wait to cut some more stuff with them. And then once I cut them down to size, I just hot glued them onto the back corners of my box. Then I used those wood letters from Amazon, put them on some painter's tape, and I painted them white. Super easy hack, y'all. That way your letters do not move. That's how I paint my half wood beads, but my letters all of the time. So make sure you do that. Then from the Dollar Tree, I have these flexible stencils. There's 9 of them that come on here, and I just chose the one that I really liked and used a chippy brush or a stencil brush and stenciled my design on there. I didn't really like the way that the first one looked, so I did around the whole box, and then I just removed my dowel rods to my favorite side that I wanted to show. So yeah. Then to attach my letters to the plaque sign, I'm using my favorite super glue gel from the Dollar Tree, and I just placed them where I needed to, and then I hot glued the plaque onto the front of the dowel rods. And the stand is pretty complete, but I need eggs to put in here. So I took this pack of styrofoam eggs that I got from the Dollar Tree last year, and I have this like yarn from Walmart. I can't remember the name of it. I took the wrapping off of it, but it was peach something. But anyways, I had these really nice like fall looking colors that I really wanted to use for my neutral like egg stand. So all I did was just use a little bit of hot glue to wrap my eggs around them, and I did 3 of them, and just keep wrapping it around. In the middle of the egg, you don't have to use any hot glue, but at the top and the bottom you do, for them to stay. Then I just put some Spanish moss inside of my basket, and then my eggs and some greenery, and this is all done. I really like how this turned out. It was super easy and super cute and really good, and really looks good on this tray. For this next DIY, I have this spring block. This one is super easy, you guys. So from Dollar Tree, I have this Inspire plaque sign. And then from Hobby Lobby, I have this piece of scrapbook paper, has like script on it, and these words. I picked out the word that says hello, and then I'm also going to be using some of those wood letters again. So the first thing I did is just trace out my sign onto my scrapbook paper and then cut it down to size. Then I'm going to use my ink chalk paint from Waverly and just give my sign one good coat on the front, just so I don't have any of the image showing through the scrapbook paper when I do put it on there. And it just gives it a little bit more when you start sanding it down. If you've been here for a while, I really like painting over things with a darker color, because then when you sand it down, it kind of peeks through and shows through and gives it that nice farmhouse distressing touch without the extra paint distressing. So then after it's dry, I use a generous amount of Mod Podge and smooth it out over the top of the sign, and then smooth my scrapbooking paper right over the top. Set it aside to dry, and I am painting my spring and hello words. I use the spring color is a summer sky acrylic paint from Apple Barrel, and then my hello word is just my Waverly chalk paint in white. As that's drying, I'm then going to sand down my block, just taking off the excess paper that's hanging off. Always make sure you cut your pieces a little bit bigger than the actual size of what your surface you're putting it on, so that your you ensure that it covers it. So I sand that down, and you can see the difference of what it looks like sanded down. And then I just sanded down the face of it as well, just to give it a little bit more of that faded look. And then I placed my Hello Spring phrase right in the center, and I'm using hot glue because I want to be able to reuse not only the words and the letters, but this plaque sign as well. I really love this shape of it, and it's so fun, but hot glue worked really well for a temporary solution. If you want more permanent, use that super glue gel, but I really love how this turned out. Dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and remember, you are enough, you are important, and you are loved by those who truly love you. So with that, be blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye. Show everybody your baby shark. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
I want mommy's phone.
You want mommy's phone? Okay, give me a second.
Is that car so what? And you know you put the Valentine's Day Easter egg.
I know it's not Easter, but it's okay for me to do things a little bit early sometimes.
I don't remember that one.
Do you think it would be weird if I did Easter and then I did some Valentine's again?
Mommy, I don't remember.
You don't care? Okay, got it.
But I don't remember.